What's up, Crown Crew? Welcome to Crowned Athletics. I'm Kirsten, your fitness princess, and runDisney is back. Can you believe it? We just got the news. I don't know if you've heard the news, but I'm here to tell you the runDisney 2021 to 2022 race season is back with a couple changes, a couple updates, but we can be back in person racing together again so soon. There's a lot of information to go over. They released all of the dates for all of the races coming up, so I'm going to go over all of that with you. Also, we're going to get into a little bit of my thoughts, opinions, concerns. We'll see how all of this is gonna go, for real. Before we get started, if you wanna continue to learn more about runDisney, I'm so excited to be back making runDisney videos again because it's really all I love to talk about here. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. So usually the domestic runDisney race season is from November to April with Wine and Dine, Marathon Weekend, Princess Weekend, and Star Wars Weekend, which is now changing, and we will get to that. They did announce that all of these races will have an in-person and a virtual race option available, which I think is so great. The world is still changing. We're not really sure what's going on. So to be able to offer virtual to those that won't be able to go to the in-person races still is really great. Also, we're not really sure yet about registration and who's going to be able to get into those races. So some of us might have to race virtually. Fingers crossed we don't. Typically, registration day for runDisney races is broken up into 2 different days. Usually there's an early registration date for annual pass holders, DVC members, and Golden Oak residents. This year, they changed it. The only way to get early registration is if you are a Club runDisney member, a gold or platinum level. So if you signed up for that last year, you can now finally reap the benefits of it and use it for this coming race season. But unfortunately, all of those memberships are already sold out. I know typically a lot of people like to sign up for these races with travel agents because a lot of us are traveling from out of town to these events, and usually you can get your bib and your hotel accommodations under one travel agent. Unfortunately, for these events, so far they have said that no travel agents are getting any bibs. Everyone's going to be doing the same general registration as everyone else unless you're Club runDisney. But we'll see if maybe for Marathon, Princess, or the Springtime Surprise, if that comes back. Maybe for the next race season that comes back. We'll see, but it's kind of unfortunate news. We did learn this week though that perfect runners did get the opportunity to sign up early. A perfect runner is basically someone who has done every single year of a race since its inception. That did include the 2-course challenge. So a lot of people who started the 2-course challenge for Wine and Dine, I believe it started in 2015 and they've done it every year since, were able to register early and sign up again. I'm so happy that they did this for perfect runners because you just have your perfect running status that you want to hold on to, and now you don't have to worry about the stress of that plus just getting to run on general registration day, so they're good to go. If you are a perfect runner, make sure you check your email. That's how people were being notified, and then they were given a special link to go sign up. They couldn't sign up any other runners under that. You could only sign up yourself. Okay, so they released the dates for all of these events, so this is very important to go over. You can of course refer back to the runDisney website, but I'm going to go over all of them here. It's a lot to get into. Start taking notes. Wine and Dine weekend this year, 2021, is November 4th through 7th. Club runDisney Gold and Platinum memberships have already gotten early access to register. If you are one of those, check into it right now. Otherwise, general registration for everyone else for the in-person race will be this coming July 13th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then what's nice is that if, say, you don't get into the in-person event on the 13th, virtual registration will be on July 16th. So you have a couple days to figure out if you're actually going to be there in person or not, and then you can decide if you want to do virtual. Marathon weekend for 2022 will be January 5th through 9th. Club runDisney early registration will be July 20th. Then open registration for everyone else is July 27th. And then registration for the virtual race is July 30th. Princess weekend, we love our princesses, will be February 24th through the 27th. Again, Club runDisney registration is August 17th. General registration is August 24th, and then virtual is on August 27th. All of these dates are at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. They added a new Princess event this year, which will be on Thursday, February 24th. It's a sunrise in front of the castle yoga session, which I'm so excited for. I don't know if you've all seen the cast members a lot of times get invited to do basically the same thing, sunrise yoga in front of the castle, which Sunrise at the castle is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. I don't get to experience it too much anymore now that I don't get to run the halves and the full distance. So to be able to do some nice calming yoga in front of the castle with all of my favorite princess friends is going to be so exciting. Fingers crossed I can get into that event. And then the last weekend is the Springtime Surprise Weekend, which is March 31st through April 3rd. We still don't know the events yet, so there aren't any registration dates announced. So we'll see when that comes up. Again, this is going to have a new theme each year. The colors on the website right now are very, very pretty. They're leaning very like Flower and Garden Festival, which is going on at the same time of this event. I've never been to Flower and Garden Festival, so I'm really excited to check it out. Also, there's a lot of imagery of the different parks. Maybe it's like a 4 parks theme or something like that. Maybe it's not even running. I'm so excited to find out what this is. I would so be down for it to not be running since I do have an injury. I don't get to participate in as many events as I used to. It would be really cool to like try out some new things. Like if we could do kickboxing in front of the castle, I'd be so down for that. If we can do yoga in front of the castle, why can't we do kickboxing in front of the castle? There is a notice under each event on the website that does say guidelines are constantly changing. We have to be prepared for anything, so we don't really know yet if face coverings are going to be required or if they're not. It's all very up in the air, so just prepare for that. Maybe pack some that you're used to running in, just in case. For all the race weekends, the kids' races are getting a reimagined theme to them. I think they're reworking how the event is going to take place, probably with all of the changing guidelines. It says they're still working on all those details, and we'll find out more about those events in later dates. Then we have a new proof of time requirement for my half marathoners. You can submit your proof of time if you plan on finishing your half marathon in under 2 hours. I believe before it used to be under 2 hours and 30 minutes. Good news is they are accepting results from an in-person race from January 2019 until July 31st, 2021. So that's great because we were still racing in person in 2019, so hopefully you have a result from a race then, or you have a couple weeks now to get a new one before you submit. Okay, so that's all the information you need to know. I know it was a lot of overload. You can always refer back to the website. Also on the Crown Athletics Instagram, I'm always updating, giving all the news, reminding you when registration is coming up, so make sure you're following there. Let's talk about my thoughts, my opinions, my concerns, runDisney. Registration day. I'm very, very concerned about registration day. I think everyone is. I think we're all trying to suppress the stress a little bit right now as it quickly approaches here. I think we're going to learn a lot from Wine and Dine and see how that goes and prepare ourselves for Marathon and Princess weekend after that. We know that there is a ton of interest for runDisney to come back. We're definitely going to see numbers go up, but then we know that demand is probably a lot lower with all of the guidelines and not having a full amount of racers like we usually would. We saw this past year as events started coming back with tickets for Disneyland or Boo Bash and the website basically shutting down. It couldn't handle all that traffic. So I'm very nervous to see how the runDisney website is going to do. We already know that we have to wait for that spinning wheel of death, but is it going to be even worse this year? I don't want to wait around 12 hours for my runDisney registration. It just always blows me away that one of the biggest companies in the world owns so many other companies that all have websites and they still can't figure this out. But we're still at their mercy. So that being said, just make sure you take all the proper precautions before registration day. Make sure you have your account all set up with all of your information already included. You don't have to be typing in your address and your phone number as you're freaking out about getting your registration. Remember that until you've paid and confirmation is set, you do not have your registration reserved for you. But what's great is they have updated the website, so now when you register, you can do multiple races at once. You don't have to pick one at a time and then go back and register for another one. You can also register your loved ones with you, so you don't all have to do it at separate times. Just make sure that you have all of their account information before the time hits. I always like to get on the website early, maybe about 15 minutes early. Sometimes they open it up. I still just get like the little spinning wheel of death, so I don't know if I'm actually in early, but it makes me feel like I did something right. I also like to make sure that I have the website open on all my different devices and all the different browsers. So Safari, Chrome, on my iPad, on my iPhone, on data, on Wi-Fi, everything. But good luck. I'll be right there along with you. Fingers crossed, trying to get in. try not to stress. So I have a pretty big concern about this new proof of time requirement. I don't think this has to do anything with the speed of the more fast elite runners. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I think there is still a very big difference between a 2-hour half marathoner and a 4-hour half marathoner. And that's no shade to anyone. It's just where we fall on the race course. I don't know if you were at the Princess 2020 half marathon race. I was not racing it, but I was spectating. And do y'all remember the crazy congestion at the TTC? I mean, basically people were stopped. I thought there had been something catastrophic that had happened in front that caused it to literally stop moving. That's the kind of stuff that can happen when you have people just completely mixed up based on their pace. I think that everyone should be able to submit a proof of time. It shows your abilities, it shows where you belong on the race course, and then everyone could be categorized appropriately. I think it would make the experience so much better for all racers, not just the really, really fast racers. I believe this is a way to entice people to purchase Club Run Disney, because one of the perks of Club Run Disney is getting advanced corral placement, which goes against what I'm saying about proper placement for the enjoyment and to avoid course congestion. Look, I'm no race logistics manager. Maybe there is something that I'm just not seeing here or understanding, but to me, this just seems like it's going to be Princess 2020 all over again. And then you're going to get angry racers, and then you're going to get a lot of customer service calls after that. I feel like you just want to prevent people being angry, right? So we'll see what this is gonna do. I pray it's not bad. I want everyone to have the most magical race experience. So again, fingers crossed. We're crossing all of our fingers for this entire video, basically. So that's all the Run Disney news I have for you today. I'm so excited to be back talking about Run Disney with all of you. And I'm so excited to keep making Run Disney videos and definitely Run Disney vlogs and race weekend vlogs. They're always my favorite to look back on. How many times have I watched my own vlogs this year? Maybe shedding a tear once or twice. If there are other videos you would love to see from me, I am all ears. I think we're all still going to be learning the new format of Run Disney. You can still go back and check out my other Run Disney videos for some tips and tricks, but things might be changing, so we'll see. I'm in the same boat as you. And of course, make sure you check out crownathletics.com for all your race costumes, because now the best part after we get our registration complete is planning our costumes. So much has been coming to the website this year. I mean, we're gonna round out the entire princess collection. We've got leggings, we've got skirts, complete your entire princess race costume and then wear it again, because that's the best part. You want to get all your money's worth, you know? That's all for today, Crown Crew. Thank you so much for watching. I am so very grateful. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe and always wear your crown with pride. Bye!